Recently, there has been a lot of talk about what happened to Jungkook's Instagram posts. The collaboration post that appeared on his account and was then suddenly deleted surprised many and sparked mixed opinions, especially from those who closely follow Jungkook and Jimin's relationship. Reportedly, Jungkook accepted the collaboration without realizing that the post would automatically appear on his profile. Since he hadn't posted anything in a while, this gave the impression that he wanted to keep the account private, or perhaps was intentionally inactive. The post only appeared briefly, then disappeared, and that's where the misunderstanding began. Some people thought Jungkook deleted it out of frustration. Others immediately jumped to baseless conclusions. The conversation turned negative, even dragging Jimin and Taeyong into unnecessary drama. Many people began making accusations and choosing sides without really knowing what was happening. After all, BTS is a 7-member group that has worked together for years. Their relationship is incredibly complex, and between Jimin and Jungkook, we all know there's something truly special. Many already consider them a couple. They've shared so many important moments, always being there for each other, supporting each other both in public and in private. While they haven't always been open about their relationship, fans who've followed them for a long time can certainly feel the strong connection between them. Going back to that Instagram post, it's entirely possible that Jungkook simply didn't want the collaboration to appear on his personal profile. This doesn't mean there's any disapproval of anyone. Sometimes, people just want to choose what they want to show to the public. It's also possible that Jungkook decided to delete the post after seeing the overreaction from some fan groups, to prevent further speculation. This is where one element that often complicates situations emerges: fan-driven narratives, especially those who are overly fanatical like some Jikook stans. When wild interpretations mix with baseless theories, something that should be as trivial as an Instagram post can become a source of tension within the fandom. In this case, some fans even created absurd scenarios and directly attacked the members. What's sad is that this backlash also impacts Jimin and Jungkook, two people who have clearly always guarded their private lives with care and respect. Sometimes, the best thing we can do is accept that not everything needs to be explained publicly. And that the most important signs in a relationship often aren't shown through posts or Instagram stories. What's important is that we support the 7 members of BTS as real people with real stories and genuine bonds that don't always need explanation. In the case of Jimin and Jungkook, their relationship speaks for itself. While it may not always be apparent on the surface, anyone who has followed them for a long time knows there's a deep connection between them. Several new photos of Jimin were recently released, and as usual, they immediately became a hot topic. Hobi even posted a few photos of Jimin on his story, and it must be said that Jimin looks amazing. He has a captivating aura, even when he's not doing anything. But that's not the only thing that caught our attention. A short video also appeared, showing Jungkook sitting next to Charlie Puth, most likely in the studio, listening to music with rapt attention. This moment reminds us that the members are actively preparing for their new album, which is certainly highly anticipated. But what's most interesting isn't just the music or the collaboration. What made this moment so special was the fact that Jimin was also there, accompanying Jungkook. This wasn't a surprise for loyal fans, as we're used to seeing them together at important moments. Their presence felt so natural. They always seemed close and supportive of each other without the need for a big announcement. Even Hobi's post felt like a sweet gesture. He posted a photo of Jimin, followed shortly after by a video of Jungkook. The two were in the same place. This wasn't a coincidence, but rather, it was as if Hobi wanted to subtly demonstrate their closeness. As someone who has a warm relationship with all the members, Hobi seems to have a special place for Jimin and Jungkook when they're together. His face often radiates a genuine smile, his gaze is warm, and his reactions are always full of affection when he sees their interactions. It's as if he feels that closeness too. Jimin and Jungkook aren't the type to explicitly express their feelings. But the way they treat each other, the small gestures, the glances, the brief touches is very clear. And Hobi, who knows them very well, understands it all. Their time together in the studio with Charlie is further proof that their closeness isn't just about the stage or the cameras. It's real. They support each other, understand each other, and remain close even in work situations. Their closeness isn't fake. It's not just fan service. It's something that has grown over time. A relationship built on trust, understanding, and comfort. Sometimes, they don't even need to speak to understand each other. A look, a small smile, or even a comfortable silence, all of these are words of love that need no words. Some people think this is all just part of a show. But if you really pay attention to how they treat each other when the cameras or spotlight are off, you'll know, it's not acting. It's real. It's a closeness born of years of togetherness, of a story only the two of them know. Jimin and Jungkook have been through so much together. From happy times to difficult times. They stand side by side not just as colleagues, but as someone who is a home for each other. And the most beautiful thing is, they don't need labels to describe who they are to each other. Because what they have is so much more than words. Every little moment they share, photos, videos, and brief interactions, is a piece of a story that continues to build. A true story, one that can only be understood by those who truly see with their hearts. Ultimately, Jimin and Jungkook's story isn't about theory, about who's right, or who should be defended. It's about two people who have grown together, shared dreams, faced the world, and still found a home in each other amidst all the hustle and bustle of popularity. We don't always need overwhelming evidence to understand something is real. Sometimes, just seeing the way they smile, the way they look at each other, or how one small step they take toward each other can make the whole world feel warm. They don't try to convince us, because true love doesn't need to be forced. They just exist. Together. Complementing each other. And for anyone who truly sees, that's more than enough. So, instead of looking for answers behind every move or post, maybe it's time we learn to trust what feels obvious, that between them, there's a love that isn't always expressed, but always present. And that's what makes Jungkook so meaningful.